Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. On the call with me today, I have Olivia Grisham and Tammy Stone and a number of you lovely, wonderful people from the DHS offices around and about. If you have not already had a chance to check in, please do so by region so that we know who's there. If you have any questions that we need to talk about, please mark those items in the topics that you would like to discuss. And then we've got a poll question that says, are you using the staffing tool to print or download the staffing packets for your meetings with the CBOs? So if you can answer that, I would appreciate it. Hopefully you are, and that will cut down on the paper that the CBOs have to use. Because you guys can now access it online. We do have a couple of webinars that we've discussed that and can show you how to do that if you watch the recordings. So we're going to turn this over now to Olivia, and she's going to talk a little bit about the dashboards.
Hey everybody. So I'm just going to briefly run through our dashboard numbers with everybody. I will share my screen here. I don't have the dashboard itself pulled up. We do have put together a little chart that kind of breaks down the rows and where everything is at.
You know, I've got that in a pod behind here so that you could just pull the pod up.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't find the pod. It's
right here. Here, I'll pull it up.
Enough.
I'm going to stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
All righty. So the misorientation section has been cleaned up a whole lot. Thank you guys for going in there and getting that taken care of. We still have a couple customers who need to be marked as the outcome of why they missed their orientation and what's going on. But for the most part, that number is way, way, way down. So thank you guys very much for getting all this taken care of. And then the next section we have is no-show for CBO intake. This number too has went way, way down. It was like at 130. I think we're down to like around 50 or 60 now. So that is awesome. You guys are making sure that those customers are going through conciliation are being moved to where they need to be moved if they missed that appointment with the CBO. And then our next row is referral pending, not scheduled.
And
it looks like, yeah, we only have one customer in there. So they may be coming back for a follow-up appointment to get scheduled. Actually, I believe if that's Peoria, they CBO had no calendar appointments, so that's probably why that customer has not been scheduled. But Peoria, just so you know, we have got that CBO's calendar updated with new appointment dates, so you should not be able to go in and get that customer scheduled for an intake appointment with the CBO. Our next row is the referral rejected row. We do have a couple customers in here, but this number too has been taken care of. The numbers are continuing to go down. These customers just need to come in and see if they can be realigned with a more appropriate CBO who can better serve them. Most of the customers, I believe, have just not been able to meet the training program requirements, so they just need to be realigned with somebody who can meet their needs. The next row is the no longer appropriate customers. We only have one customer in there, and these customers arise during staffing when DHS caseworkers let the CBOs know that the customer is no longer appropriate for the training program due to any issues that may be going on with that customer. And the final row is the recommend sanction. We have quite a few customers in here, but the number's not too terribly big, that have either missed the conciliation appointment with their CBO or did not agree to the terms during the conciliation appointment with the CBO, and the CBO has recommended those customers for sanction. So do you guys have any questions on any of the numbers that we went over?
And these numbers will come out with the minutes. We do realize that there are some things that you may or may not have already like case noted, or you're waiting on time, for somebody to show up for an appointment or something. It's just, we just check the numbers overall. So they're there, and we're just letting you know what's there. Pam has a customer, I believe, who is a caregiver, and CBO recommends Sanction, but she is exempt and was updated. So you just recently updated the customer to an exempt status, Pam? They were exempt to begin with? All right, we'll take a look at that. If you can send me an email with the 6 digits, I will take a look at that customer. Okay.
All righty. So next we're going to go over the intake projections and where we're at. We have noticed that random assignment has slowed down in quite a few of our offices, and we really need to make sure we're picking that back up. We're so close to the end. Now is not the time to be slowing down. We are 92% of the way to our goal. Over the last 2 weeks, we've only increased 2% because 2 weeks ago we were at 90%. This week we're at 92%. So we really need to make sure that we are not slowing down on random assignment. We are doing everything we can to get customers in and put through orientation and hopefully put into the EPIC treatment group. But I just want to really stress that now is not the time to slow down on our random assignment. We are so close to getting to our 5,000 mark. So continue to keep doing what you guys are doing for the random assignment, and just make sure that we're picking that back up a little bit and getting back to where we were a couple months ago when we had customers. Just our numbers were amazing there for a while. We were reaching all of our goals and then some. So Region 1 is at 83%, so you guys are getting very close to reaching that 100%. Regions 2, 4, and 5 are all way over 100%. Region 2 is at 152%. Region 4 is at 109%. And Region 5 is at 136%. So thank you guys very much for continuing to keep doing your random assignment and trying to pick up those customers that we're maybe not getting in all the other regions that we need. And then we have Region 3, and Region 3 you're at 63.5%. So just make sure you're continuing to do that random assignment process. And I do know that one of your CBOs was missing appointments there for a while. So we have that back open and updated, so you guys should have no problems getting appointments scheduled for those customers coming through orientation.
We also realize that you're all voluntary in Region 3, so that makes a little bit more of a challenge for you guys. So we appreciate you plugging along as much as you have. All right, and next on our agenda is case notes. And Olivia, do you want to talk about the case notes?
Yes. So we had a meeting earlier this week with a couple other DHS staff members, and we would like to kind of designate a page for DHS to leave case notes and a page for CBOs to leave case notes. This allows us to be able to export out a list of customers, and the export includes the last case notes left on the progress page and on the profile page. And so if we can get it so that DHS is consistently leaving messages on that profile page and CBOs are consistently leaving messages on the progress page, when we export that, we'll be able to see the communication between both parties. And if DHS has asked the CBO to do something, we can look at those progress case notes and see if the CBO has responded, if they're already taking care of it, or if somebody needs to reach out to them and make sure they're getting it taken care of. So if you guys can, try to leave all of your case notes on the customer's profile page. That will better help us and the DHS staff that is pulling all these reports and looking through all the customers, make sure everything is done correctly, it will make it a lot easier to just be able to export that instead of having to go in to every single customer and look through all the case notes on all the pages.
All right. And then as you probably all know, you can follow all of the case notes from anybody by clicking on the Case Notes tab in a customer's profile. So you can find anything and everything there. All right. Last but not least, from Olivia's in my list, we want you to check in, of course, if you haven't already. We have this poll question that I would like for you to answer. Are you using the staffing packets from the tool, or are the CBOs still printing the packets and bringing them to you? And I understand that the regions 2 through 5 are probably not doing monthly staffings yet. I think Region 2 might be, and I think Quincy might be. But all right. Now, just by a show of hands, is everybody aware that if you go in and print the staffing packet, it becomes a PDF? Show of hands. So you can download the PDF. Okay. All right, so 4 people said yes. All right, so if we need, I'm going to clear out that status. Do we need, type in the chat pod if you would for me, do we need to do another webinar on using the staffing packet tool? Okay, Pam, that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid having them have to print all that stuff. Well, we want to try to stop killing trees. And if you can download it and print it yourself or upload it directly into IES, that would be the benefit there. Okay. Well, then you guys could print it in the offices then. All right. We'll have to talk with the admin team about that and see where we want to go with it. All right. So I don't have anything else. If you've already checked in and you guys don't have anything else that we need to discuss, then we can close our call for the day and enjoy the rest of your day at your office and have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.